Perfect.
Welcome back to the 3-Star Podcast. I am your host, Miles, always joined with...
I can't believe how you can go from that conversation just before we went live to all of a sudden, welcome! But hello everyone, what's up Rascal Gang, I'm Sean. And we have, as always, as ever, Rich with us.
Hello.
And Susie.
And Susie,
She's
waving.
She's waving. She's waving.
Shout out to Nathan on noise as well.
So...
How's things, Miles? All good?
Everything is good. I am in all good, so...
Yeah.
I was going to say something... I don't know what I was going to say, but I'm good.
Good?
Everything is good.
Rich, happy?
Tip top, tally ho, etc.
Tip top and tally ho. Thanks for your top tip. What a reminder, I didn't cue this. Remember, I was listening on our way in our last episode when we were talking about the S20 Ultra and the Zoom.
Yep.
And literally 2 minutes ago, when I saw you and we were outside Tesco,
Yep.
I saw people walking and texting, and I just watched this one guy. A little bit, I was in hope that maybe he'd trip over or fall down the curb, just to entertain myself. But it was like a force field running, and people were kind of like parting ways.
Oh, you can see?
Yeah, so
Mate,
it's
honestly,
weird.
It's out there. The word's out there now.
Yeah, put a phone in your hand and
But
no one will come
unfortunately,
by it.
if everybody does that top tip, everyone's just going to start walking into each other, walking into the roads.
It will happen.
Mass hysteria, zombie apocalypse.
It will happen. And from our last podcast, as always, we started the comments corner.
Comments corner.
Yeah.
Comments corner. Forgot the jingle.
Yeah.
So there's been loads of comments again. So thank you for everyone that's interacting with us and showing us some love and not too much hate. Always appreciated.
Thank you.
We talked a lot last time about the comments about things like 120 hertz refresh rate, the amazing high-res display, the cameras, the zooms, the bright night mode. But a lot of people have been commenting about gaming. So I think rather than delving into too many individual messages and comments, really what a lot of people are telling us, steering us towards, is the whole gaming side of our mobile lives.
And as ever, I genuinely don't play the dumb tech guy on these. That isn't my brief, but it's just my character as a whole.
It's just him as a person.
But I believe that it's a big year for gaming, from what I've been reading. And my usual shout out to my nephews, but I promised them I'm going to be getting it. It's the year that the PlayStation 5, is that right?
Later this year, end of this year,
yeah.
And
Xbox One X.
at some point,
I think,
they should drop together. I feel like the last time they both dropped was, here we go. PlayStation was 2006, Xbox was 2005, Xbox 360.
No, so you're going old school.
Old school, yeah.
So I'm thinking this generation's like 5-6 years old, isn't it now? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be, because then it would have been 2010. Yeah, it's 10 years of. I'm sure it's been 10 years of PlayStation. Oh, it's been a long time.
You know what? I'm gonna use my brain to Google it.
Have I ever mentioned my PlayStation purchase story on the podcast?
No.
So
I don't think
about
you've told me this before.
you'll like this one. I was at work, working for Samsung. This was about 4-5 years ago, and I was in a store in Merrill, Curry's. You know that store. You both know that store.
Yeah. Hell, yeah.
The one when it was inside upstairs, or the outside ones?
The outside one, you know. So I was in the store, and I was with one of my mates, Stu, who worked at Phones for You. Rest in peace. Inside the store.
What, Stu or the store?
Stu worked.
Not the other.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking the rest of
This guy. So GTA had just come out. Big fan favourites, and I love GTA. So I said, do you know what? I'm going to go and get a PlayStation. I'm going to go and do it. Went over to one of the kind of like buy and sell stores that was available, and I'm looking at the prices of these PlayStations. And I thought, man, this rush of blood is got to my head. Is kind of getting me now. It's going to cost me a couple of £100. As I looking at these, this guy behind the desk says to me, "Wait there, mate. I'll be with you in a minute. Just wait." Just, a bit rudely, actually. And I'll tell you why that became insignificant in a second. This woman, in her 40s, may or may not have been massively attractive. It's a subjective status. She comes in with a bag, a Morrison's bag, and she's trying to get the guy's attention as well. She says, "Look, I'm interested in selling this stuff." And he does exactly the same thing. "Well, you're just going to have to wait. You're going to have to wait." And what she's trying to sell is a PlayStation with about 10 games, Some headphones at the time, they were supposed to be badass until obviously I used the AKG stuff. Turtle Beach.
Oh yeah,
no,
yeah.
yeah,
Still big.
Turtle Beach.
Still big. Yeah, yeah.
Turtle Beach.
Yeah.
Headphone. And my mate Stu was like, "You need to buy that right now." And we looked at, because in the shop it's got we buy for, we sell for.
Yeah.
That sort of information. So I said, I'll tell you what, I'll meet you in the middle right now. And she had a massive better deal. I had a massive saving. And then the guy was like kicking off. He's like, "Wait, that isn't allowed. That isn't And I ended up with a PlayStation. Brought I sold all the games that was there and brought GTA. Walked out of a massive saving. And that was when I last had a console. And now, fast forward a good couple of years.
You're married, you've got 15 kids with her.
I never saw her again, but highly attractive woman in your mid-40s. Leave us a comment in the and we'll rekindle that spark.
Any attractive women in their mid-40s.
Actually,
that's
I've got a bone to pick because there were some leads missing, actually.
Oh.
That's why I need you to get in touch with me.
But
But
our new section, regular section, is going to be called Find Sean Some Love. And we want to find him a new partner for 2020.
oh, man.
So-
My mum and dad had just got, my mum in particular has just got very happy by that. She's already a fan of Richie's, actually. And now she's going to be loving that. Mum, she's watching it now on the big TV at home. Shout out to my
So
mum. I
if
love you,
you're
Mum.
male or female, aged 18 to 80, from any background, please hit us up in the comments and hashtag Find Sean Love.
We
Or
desperate,
both,
baby.
or neither.
We desperate,
yeah,
baby. Okay.
But as you're saying,
let's move
it's a big
forward.
It's a big year for gaming.
Yes.
This time around, it's a big year for the gaming giants, which is Xbox, or Microsoft, sorry, and Sony, because they're releasing their next generation of consoles.
Talk to me
later
like I'm a
this year.
5-year-old. Why am I going to buy either one of these? I've put myself down as a PlayStation as far as the nephews are concerned at the minute. But which one's best and why?
At the minute-
What's the rumours?
At the
what
minute-
band? What camp are you in?
At the minute, from the rumours I've seen, it looks, well, up until yesterday, the rumours I've seen is Xbox. Now, depending on what you want to know, Xbox seems like it's going to be the better.
Don't say that.
More
man.
raw power. 12 teraflops.
Don't
Yeah, well-
say that.
From a gamer's point of view, the Xbox is going to be better. However, the Sony PlayStation may still be the more popular one. Before we talk about anything else, I sent you guys a picture earlier.
Yeah. Not to
Before
open
you
it.
guys have a look at that picture, what do you think the top 5 selling game consoles are of all time?
I know the answer to this because I saw something on Instagram and it was such a cool graphic and it showed you like consoles since they opened and how many units they sold.
Yeah.
But like an hyperlapse version. So it showed you the year, like, I don't know, say, for example, the 80s, early 80s. You know, do, all the way up to the present day and all the new devices that came out. Isn't it so? I think I know the answer, so Rich, let you guess first because I don't want to just kind of
Without
completely
looking
kill
at
it.
the picture I sent you, what
Without
do you
looking.
think the top...
Am I allowed to look?
Not yet. What do you think
Okay,
the top
okay.
5 selling consoles are of all time?
I know. I remember. I was working in retail when the Wii kicked off, and you couldn't get it for love nor money
Yeah.
one Christmas. So
Christmas.
the next Christmas,
I remember.
you couldn't get the Wii Fit balance board, and that was like big money. And
The
it was basically like a GameCube that has been slightly rebranded and tweaked. So it wasn't a big powerhouse, but Nintendo. I love Nintendo, and they've got loads of great IP, and they sold probably over 100 million units worldwide. They've got to have. So my bet would be that, or probably an early PlayStation. Don't know, it'd be PlayStation 1 or 2.
So,
Maybe I guess. May I?
go on, Sean. Have you guessed?
It's going to be PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
It's got to be on there. Because
Yep.
that was mad. And I'm going to go with Game Boy.
Oh.
A Game Boy. I remember thinking Game Boy. Am I right?
So, this is going to lead into my conversation about the whole PlayStation versus Xbox.
Am I allowed to open this yet?
Now you guys can open it, and while you guys open it, I will read out for the listeners and watchers out there.
Put it on
Going
screen.
from descending order, so from number 5, it is the PlayStation 3. We don't have how many they sold. This is just the 5 best-selling home video game consoles. Number 5 is the PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
Number 4 is the Wii.
Boom.
Number 3 is the original PlayStation.
Ooh.
Number 2 is the PlayStation 4.
Mhm.
And number 1 is the PlayStation 2.
Yes.
PlayStation 2. Still got mine.
So the top 4 selling gaming consoles are all Sony PlayStation.
Wow. Then Nintendo and Microsoft's not even in the race.
Which leads me... the one thing I did see is the PlayStation 3, which is the lowest selling one, is the one that followed the Xbox 360.
Was that a big...
Came
That's
out in
what-
2006. Xbox 360 was 2005. And
Okay, I
PlayStation
was-
3 was 2006.
Yes, it was the year after. So that was
Or the Spider-Man console.
that followed the Xbox 360, and the Xbox 360 is what converted me.
But
Xbox 360. Well, the first Xbox was it was all a spec beast, wasn't it?
Yes.
And then Xbox
Which one was?
360,
The
the
very
Xbox,
first
the original.
Xbox.
the
Oh,
big-
yeah.
big-
I remember
big one.
I had one of those. Me and my friend Cameron brought one of those, and we were playing Halo on it.
Oh.
And his cousin,
Original Halo.
his cousin, his older cousin. You know, when you're like teenagers, you listen to the older kind of guys. He was telling us that the spec on he was like, that's more than what's in someone's PC. Like we all had like PCs
But
then,
it
you know.
was kind of like a gaming PC in a console box, which is kind of the way Microsoft have done it. Problem you get when you but when you get to this generation, the new generation, PlayStation 5 and the new Xbox One X, is they're touting for business from the big hardware manufacturers like the Nvidias for the graphics cards.
Yeah.
And they can only give you their cutting edge technology the same. So for Microsoft to have a lead at all in terms of spec, which we think it has, that's quite impressive because they're all trying to get at the same kind of price point. They're all buying hardware from the same companies. You can't say, I want 2025's graphics card. It's not out yet. So they're all touting for the same stuff.
Which ones are we? So normally, when you look at those two companies, which one am I going to be most future proof with?
It depends on user base.
You guys ain't got no answers.
It's not hardware. It's future proof is sell 100 million consoles, and then you've got 100 million people using it. They'll keep making games for it. It's profitable. If it's not profitable, it doesn't matter how spec heavy it is.
The rationale
both going to be backward compatible, which
All
means
the
I
way
can play older console games on there.
But all games are online now as well.
But PS3 is a shadowy area because that was difficult to
They've
emulate.
all got games that you can download from the PlayStation Store or the Microsoft Store. They're all launching. They're both launching gaming. Well, they've both got gaming streaming services already.
They have,
They've got PS Now,
PlayStation Plus.
Game Pass
PlayStation
Game
Plus,
Pass
and
for
then
Xbox.
Game Pass is going to be a winner because on day one of Xbox, because we don't know how many games are going to be released. There'll be a few, like maybe half a dozen games coming out, but then you're going to have this service which allows you to day one get games by paying a monthly subscription.
Because
they're allowing you to, some companies are going to do free upgrades to existing games.
Yes.
So if you've got a whatever game that's got like say FIFA 2021, and then you buy the new Xbox, they will, depending on the game, they'll upgrade you to like 4K graphics or.
Because I buy that
For free.
Game Pass at the minute for my nephews.
Oh, cool.
They love it. I couldn't believe it. They just download whatever game they want, pretty much. It was
Loads and loads of games out on there, and loads of new exclusive games.
including, by the way, me and my brother went upstairs one day. They've been quite. You know when kids are a bit quiet for a bit too quiet.
Yeah.
Go upstairs. They're playing Grand Theft Auto. So my brother deletes that, and then one of them's kicking off. You did that without our permission. These are he's 7 years old. You know what I mean? But I can't believe the accessibility for a gamer. You know, that's crazy, man.
I'm glad you've brought up GTA because, for me anyway, I could actually decide what console I wanted. There's two things to take into consideration. I think that applies to most gamers. One, depending on how much of a gaming person or other people, what console do all my friends have?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we can, because I still don't think they're going to do cross-platform next year. The games, because Fortnite's cross-platform,
Rocket
League's cross-platform,
a lot of stuff Switch, Xbox, and PC cross-platform, but not PlayStation.
But not
moment. So
PlayStation,
if they get on board, that could change the game.
So that's an option, but it's also the exclusives.
Yeah.
So you mentioned GTA. I don't know if you remember, way back, GTA was a PlayStation exclusive.
Was it?
It wasn't available on the very first Xbox. I think it came out on the 360.
It was on PC, the original.
Yeah, the original was on
the
PC.
original was
Then
on
it went to
PC.
PlayStation.
Yeah.
And it was on the PlayStation, PS2, PS3, and then I think Xbox 360. It was a big thing when it came available to that.
And when it went on PC, it was massive as well.
When it,
PC
PCs,
gaming is still huge.
yeah, PC game is still one. It's still mobile is the biggest at the minute. Or the
Market.
It's the biggest market and the growing, but it's because of the variety of games.
And
But in terms of like your gaming game, your hardcore games, PC is still massive. But for me, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Hold on, we're in 2020. 2018's Spider-Man, the PlayStation game, one of the best games I've played.
It is amazing, to be fair.
And
it's the new Avengers game that's cross-platform, I think. The new Avengers game's
yeah, what they're talking about, that's looking amazing. That's PlayStation. God of War.
Yep.
That's PlayStation. Uncharted. All these games that I've played, they're all PlayStation exclusives. I mean,
I'll keep Cuphead. You can keep the rest.
Yeah.
on my Xbox.
But then again, you've got Halo, which after Halo 2 became overkill for me.
Halo, yeah.
Gears of War, which again after Gears of War
27.
The first one. After the first one. Yeah, after like his dad came back, I was like, hang on a minute.
What's going on here?
Where are you? They basically what the movies are doing now, where they just keep making more and more sequels. Xbox people are going to kill me. Is it Forza? No, not Forza.
Forza. There's no...
there is a racing one that is Xbox.
There's a new Forza game which is coming out, which is optimised for S20 range. Forza Street. So that's amazing. But in terms... Yeah,
there's a racing game that is only on Microsoft. As you can tell, people in the comments are probably going to go...
Microsoft.
Are probably going to go crazy.
What's the PlayStation one? Forza's Microsoft.
Is Forza definitely Microsoft?
Yeah, Forza Horizon and blah, blah, blah. That's
well, they've got that game coming. They've got that for their exclusive.
If you've got an S20 though, one of the guys is either Chris or Scott,
yeah,
or possibly Sam, was showing me that they had their gaming on their device. So the setup was back at their house.
Oh, the cloud gaming.
Yeah,
we've
got like PC Cloud Link where you can link up with your PC at home.
Oh, it's PC. So, I thought I had a hack there where it don't really matter as long as you're playing it you can play it on your mobile. And now with the refresh rate better and the screen resolution better, the battery better, you could have you're still playing.
You got ways to do it. You can either do there's more and more services coming available over this year and next year. Is you can either have your PC at home and stream your game remotely to your screen on your S20.
Yes.
Or you can use a company's servers where they host the game and you stream it, so you don't have to own the PC at home and the game.
You subscribe,
just pay a subscription to it, or you buy an S20, any of the 5G variants of the S20, which all three are available as 5G, and you just do dedicated gaming on the device.
But if you've got one of those subscription services, where does the game's hosted on their servers, but how much of your memory is it taking up?
It's streaming it. So what it's doing is as you're pressing the inputs on the screen, or if you've got like a Bluetooth controller or whatever, it just takes that input and then it responds at the server. So all the grunt and all the everything, what it does is it holds it in RAM. So you'll have a small program to host it, and for the subscription and whatever, it's just over the streaming.
It's not full time on the
but
device.
a lot of it is the grunt, the power is held at their end.
To kind of like bring it back to one of my favourite subjects, that's where 5G comes in again now, right?
Yeah, massively. The whole... It's not just for streaming. It's absolute night and day difference with 5G over 4G and other services. But it's also if you want to actually download a game. So you're going on holiday, you're not going to be connecting to any sort of network, or you're on a massive long tube journey. You want to download the game before you get on the tube. You can tap download. A few seconds later, you've got like over gigs worth of a game. Say a new Forza game, downloaded. Play it locally on your device.
I don't know why I'm asking that, because memory used to be one of those things that you consider, but the memory on the devices these days is astronomical anyway, isn't it?
And then storage is like,
The storage, sorry. Sorry, I'm referring to storage.
You've got 12 gig RAM to play with and up to 16 on some variants of the Ultra. But then, of course, you've got up to sort of 512 gig of storage, but you can add
a terabyte.
Up to a terabyte micro SD card. So if you want to keep it local and keep it offline, then you can do that on the device.
Remember when that used to kind of be the big focus, and now it's just another thing added onto Samsung devices? This is where we are kind of like guilty of kind of, we're guilty of kind of overlooking massive shouts sometimes. You know what I mean? But to bring this back into the gaming and to try and include myself a little bit in the conversation, I have no idea about. But I'm hearing that GTA is going to be around London this time around.
I never believe anything until I see...
Oh, Miles, just get a little bit carried away with it, man.
I was hoping it was going to be Pontypandy this time.
No, there's too many times you'll see something, or you'll get your hopes up about something.
Yeah.
But then, even if it is true for me, I don't know if it's because I'm not from London.
Yeah.
But when people are like, oh, it's going to be in London, I'm just like...
You want it around the Bullring, don't you?
Miles,
you want it around J9.
As soon as someone sits in the Bullring, I'm like... Because, like, Vice City's not a real city.
What?
Like, the cities in the GTA games aren't real cities or based on anything.
You better wash your mouth. I thought
apart from GTA, was it GTA London, one of the very first ones? It was on PC. I'm sure.
Yeah. Nathan's nodding there. Does anybody remember The Getaway?
Yeah, the Getaway
PlayStation 2. That was based on London streets, and that was pretty accurate because I was actually in a cab once having a weekend in London sightseeing and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was sitting in there like, he's got to take a left in a minute because I've been on that mission before. And it was quite accurate, that was, yeah.
The other game that was good that was based around London was Project Gotham Racing on the original Xbox, and that they mapped out the streets. And I did what, like you said, but I was leaving work from a really late event, so it was early hours of the morning, and came round past all the major sites that you see in London, but all the roads were open, no congestion charge, streets were empty.
Okay.
And I was driving this course. I wasn't driving very fast. I wasn't handbrake turning. I wasn't,
Rich Miles, I've got a Dragon's Den idea and I need to know now if you're in or not. Nathan Susie is available because I need
just check no one's listening first.
Sound and visuals.
Just in case.
Dragon's Den idea. Let's say that GTA is a London based game.
Okay. Comes
out massively popular, massively successful. We run a experience days where we do the mission you
talking about Getaway or Grand Theft Auto? We're robbing
GTA,
stuff.
the new GTA,
okay.
but we're not actually doing the missions. Whoa. Yeah, but what we're doing is we're doing kind of like a tour. Like, if you remember Mission 4, when the guy had to rob the jewelry store, that is situated to your left now.
Just be a bunch of kids. I don't know.
Paying bunch of kid money as well, but just pay me and we'll do it. And are you
so we can do the Grand Theft Auto experience?
Yes.
The GTA
but we'll have to call it something else because of copyright.
Yeah, we'll call it... Okay.
The Auto Theft Grand Experience.
Listen,
LondonLarceny.com.
I withdraw my offer. It's me and Nathan doing it now, all right? And you two can play
Nathan's
Forza.
just too polite to tell you it's a bad idea.
No, I'll do it.
See? He's involved.
I've recently got back into GTA 5.
Yeah.
I don't know.
GTA 5.
To me, they've done it smart.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm thinking, why doesn't everyone else do it this way? Where GTA 5, maybe it's GTA 5 that's 10 years old.
It's not 10 years old. It's not that old. It's not that old, man.
These games are old though, and GTA could have effectively
7 years.
Yeah.
7 years in September.
Okay, I'm not that far. So 7 years old. GTA 6 is allegedly coming out later on this year, possibly next year. But they've released one game in 7 years. Not Rockstar have released more games, but that one game over 7 years, and the amount of updates.
I'm hearing the updates are still decent as well.
They
Callie was
changed.
telling me.
It went from different kind of racing to then doing like bank heists, and you can rob casinos.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know when I said my nephews are playing it? Me and my brother went upstairs, and just before he deletes it, you can't help but pick up the joypad and just have a quick blast, can you?
Do you frown and shake your head and go, I don't approve of this, kids.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you doing in that car for this mission? We need a motorbike.
No. So I'm recently into GTA quite a lot, but it's the one thing I like about GTA is it's got it's a good online experience and it's a good campaign experience. Some people might say great. To me, it's just good because problem with GTA is there's a lot of those tedious missions.
Yeah.
A lot of games
Churning
have the tedious missions, but things like Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order,
great game.
that has tedious missions, but for example, I'm walking somewhere and then a big dragon bird comes out of nowhere and it's just the scenery. I'm blown away by the graphics. I'm like,
yeah.
wow,
But
I don't mind rock climbing with this scenery in the background. But on GTA, where you've got to go find this specific car and steal this car and then park it here and then call the fire engines and get a fire engine and go park that there and go. And I'm just like,
you know what part of this is though?
Cutaways.
You drop 50, 60 plus pounds on a game.
Yeah.
They want you to know that there's a good amount of hours. So they'll say, oh, it's got 30 hours gameplay, 40 hours, 50 hours, 60 hours gameplay. A lot of it is that nonsense, those little side missions of, you've got to go to the shop to get
it depends
a
how
Red Bull.
immersed you get into it, I suppose, isn't it? But
Legend of Zelda's the same, Breath of the Wild. It's I've got a Switch as well, and I just got it's a dungeon crawler. You go in and out of the dungeons, but then you might climb up a mountain for like 2 hours.
Yeah, just to do a shrine.
Glide down. Yeah, have a look around. Glide down. Get struck by lightning.
2
Have a
hours.
look around. I got struck by lightning for the first time the other day, fighting one of those pig things that can actually summon the lightning.
Yes.
It got me.
It took me so long to realise if there's a lightning storm in Zelda, don't be carrying like a sword or a metal spear because you're going to get struck by lightning.
Yeah, you are.
And swap to a club.
Zelda
you're fine.
Yeah, I realised that.
Have you?
I'll lend
Hold
him a Switch.
because right. Hold on, Sean's never watched the Star Wars, so I just need to. Have you ever played a Zelda game, Sean?
Listen, I'm apologetic about about the Star Wars thing and stuff like this, but I proudly stand up and say no, I have not played no Zelda games.
How can you be proud
Right.
of not playing Zelda?
Right, hold on, Rich. Right, here we go.
I know you boy. I know
We've done the movies. There are some games.
I know I'm in trouble
Should
now.
we get him?
There are some games that I feel like you should have
Okay,
played.
give me a top 5 games. and
Welcome
let's see
to
where I played
Sean's
them from.
Celebrity Roast.
The easiest ones. Have you played a GTA?
Of course, yeah. I went and bought a console deliberately for that reason.
We'll get all the easy ones.
So
out of the way.
GTA, including the old school ones when it was a bird's eye view.
Yep.
Yeah.
Remember?
Right.
Halo.
I mean, you ran someone over and it had like the right.
Have you
No,
played
we'll
a
go
Halo?
easy. We'll go easy than Halo.
Okay,
I'm thinking.
Pac-Man. Have you played Pac-Man?
Oh, see, actually, we laugh, but good quality arcade games. Pac-Man, yeah. And currently, the biggest game I'm playing is a 9-ball pool challenge on my phone.
I thought I was
I'm
supposed to
addicted
be
to
like
that.
the old dude on this show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm addicted
The
to that.
out-of-touch old dude.
I'm
Street
addicted to it.
Fighter,
Of course, yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Mortal Kombat,
Yeah, Mortal Kombat. I was more Street Fighter, but I played them both, yeah.
Tekken.
Yeah, Eddie was the guy with the capoeira.
Dead or Alive
I'm a
beach
martial
volleyball?
arts guy.
Dead or Alive.
Dead or Alive beach volleyball.
I'm a martial arts guy on it, so those fighting games, yeah,
Streets of
a
Rage.
bit of an interest. Streets of Rage is a classic.
Excellent,
When you had to
okay.
get the knife, you find the knife in the bar.
Version of that. They've done a new version of
I haven't
Streets of Rage.
seen-
Okay, if we step up a bit from there, Resident Evil.
Resident Evil was me and my brother's favourite game. We used to run back from school. I was in high school, like the lower years. He was in primary school. We'd run back home, and I'm telling you, it was summer that we was playing that, right? Bright and clear outside, but that game scared us to death still.
Can I throw in some old school?
Yeah,
and to
please.
get away from the horror, because I don't want to bring back any trauma from your childhood.
Yeah, go.
Is Mario? You played any Mario?
I was more
games?
I played Mario, but I was more Sonic. One of my cousins had a Nintendo. I had a Mega Drive.
Oh, okay.
So I was more Sonic, Road Rash.
Road Rash.
Remember
EA
Road Rash?
Another one, just before you
Okay.
move on, another one for the comments, because I had this discussion the other day, because I said this is one of the hardest gaming questions, but Mario or Sonic?
You cannot. Yeah, I don't think you can choose.
Yeah.
Because it depends
Comments.
what mood you're in.
Comments, you let us know if this is your mood, you've just come in, you've got 2 games in front of you, you've got Sonic on the Sega, I nearly forgot that, you've got Sonic on the Sega, that's what it originally came out on,
Yeah.
and you've got Mario on the N64.
I can still pick up
GoldenEye.
Sonic now.
Goldeneye.
I can GoldenEye a classic.
Have we all
right?
played Goldeneye?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
I still
goodness
remember
for that.
Facility.
Yeah.
I
And
could,
I remember the fact you could hide in the wall and hide in the toilets.
it's still a good game.
I love the fact
man.
you can have the multiplayer 4-player split screen, and I had a 28-inch tube screen telly at the time. This was like state of the art at the time. It cost me like 500, 600 quid. And you selected slappers only, so you could just run around and slap each other.
Let me. Can I ask you some gaming questions then? Have either of you played Sniping Vipers?
Sniping Vipers, I've heard of Fighting Vipers.
Are these mobile games?
No, that's off Black Mirror. Have you seen that
Oh,
episode?
no. Oh, is that the
Fighting Vipers.
The VR one?
Yeah.
Fighting Vipers.
You played that, Miles. You enjoyed that game, yeah? Come on, Miles, man. You asked me to play that with you, didn't you? Listen, which leads on to my next question. VR and gaming, there's 2 gamers. Where is that going? But pause, because I've got to give a shout out to something. A few weeks ago, back in mid-February, I went to the Samsung EU forum in Malta.
Cool.
And it was cool for one thing, that was basically the fact that saw a lot more than just like mobile. And I mean, like the refrigeration systems that we've got, the air conditioning systems, and how the smart homes really kind of going to bring that together. But something for me was the TVs and where we're at with TV now, and for gaming and the sound quality, it was unreal. And in addition, so I want to cover off VR, the TV of choice, and how that's really coming together now, and especially with what we're doing with the S20 Ultra.
Yep.
And then finally, have you guys seen the Sero, the Samsung Sero TV? I'll touch on that in a moment.
Is that the one that's on its own little stand? Is that the retro-looking one?
Oh, that one is. We need a internet check on that one, because there's
Let
the
me check.
Sero, and then there's another one which I forgot the name of, but you're on about the different one. Miles,
Zero vertical TV.
But Sero is the vertical. We've got a few things here that I want you guys to wrap up with.
Okay.
Right?
Wow, that's cool.
First of all,
rotating 4K
A TV. You know, we've spent ages trying to teach people. Listen, if you're going to record anything out there, just do us all a favour and turn your phone to landscape and record it. Yeah. Well, everyone still records in portrait. Samsung innovation straight away. Have released a TV that goes vertical as well, and it detects what you're watching. Look at me,
So it
I
doesn't
watch a lot of
change the
content
aspect
on
it doesn't
YouTube.
change the aspect ratio.
Yeah, so it doesn't box it in. It'll just turn the TV vertical.
That's amazing.
It changes but based on what you're streaming or what you're watching. Is unreal. So TVs, I want to know about, and VR, because VR, we were mobile VR. I don't care what you say. We had like 97% of that market, didn't we? When we went VR heavy.
Yeah.
We kind of rested on it a little bit. No,
VR is
talk to me.
Massive. I say massive. It's big. It's biggest where you've got serious PC gamers. Because you can get Oculus, you can get a really good setup.
They're so good.
You get the resolution, the refresh rates,
So
the
good.
detail. After that, you've got PlayStation VR, which is something my friends got. Shout out to Darren Trussell in Bristol, if you're listening. If you're
Danny
not,
boy.
you're dead to me. If you're not listening.
Yeah.
But he's got it. And, you get past the jump scare games and get into some proper gaming. And, it's pretty good.
Right, the question so Dan is his...
Daz.
Daz. Sorry, Daz. Sorry about that, mate.
Oh, Daz.
Oh, Daz. But when you go and you've gone round his or something and played
Gone
on
his
it,
house, played VR,
and it's cool. But how much is Daz playing it like now that he's had it and he's got used to it?
You know what? He is one of those quite dedicated gamers. He still will buy good VR, like new games.
Oh,
yes.
yes.
He'll play it. But I don't know anybody else that's really, apart from him, that's really still into VR.
Yeah.
And
where's it moving to, Miles, VR gaming?
I was reading something the other day, the whole Xbox versus PlayStation for the next generation coming out. And they were saying the reason why PlayStation's going to win overall is, one, it's got the bigger fan base.
Mm-hmm.
Two, we talked about exclusives earlier.
Yep.
Because Microsoft is mainly known as PC before Xbox, what tends to happen is all the exclusives that come out on Xbox eventually then come out on PC.
Yeah.
Which means if you're a gamer, you can go out and buy a PlayStation and buy a PC and get exclusives from the best of both worlds.
Ooh.
And depending on, I've never really played like one of those proper PC games, so I can't really comment. But depending on who you speak to, they prefer PC gaming anyway.
Everyone does. These gamers, they swear blind by PC.
Do I do PC gaming and PlayStation, or PC gaming and Xbox? The PC and Xbox end up being the same thing at some point. And another one was VR. I don't think Xbox have got plans for a VR.
They've been cagey about it at the moment.
Oh, what's their vision thing?
Oh, the bar.
Xbox.
Nathan.
What's their motion?
The Xbox motion.
As you can tell, I'm not an Xbox head.
Just move your mouth and Susie will edit on top afterwards.
Yeah, so the Xbox...
Bar one.
What they've got to use for that.
What are you interweb there?
I'll tinterweb it, mate. I'll tinterweb it.
Connect.
Thank you,
Nathan. Boom.
Xbox Connect. They've got the Connect, which I know is nothing like VR for those that are screaming, that's not VR. I know, but that's what they've got.
It's a way of interacting with the device.
A way of interacting.
Innovation in interaction.
Yeah.
Sony PlayStation have got the VR. They're looking to carry on that VR with a lot of new titles. Yeah. I played Star Wars Battlefront in the VR, the first one, because they had that in VR edition. And what surprised me about this, and which is why I can see why VR is still very heavy in the gaming world, in the PC sort of game world compared to mobile, is the depth perception. Mm-hmm. So when I was sat in the cockpit of one of the fighter jets, if I leant forward, you moved forward
because the motion sensor
can pick it up.
That's
so
and
I was turning around, and it's one of those things where when you watch a game normally on a TV, it's a flat screen, so you're thinking, why have they put so much detail in that bird or this rat running across your feet? I was in the cockpit, and everywhere I looked was detail.
Yeah.
They had buttons, the buttons were flashing, the little gear knobs, everything.
What was it? Remind me, what was it you got on?
Star Wars Battlefront.
All right.
And as you look, it was just so good. So, but yeah, Sony, PlayStation are running off of it. I saw some new sorts of controllers for Spider-Man. I don't know what they were playing it on. Someone was showing me they've got the VR for Spider-Man. You can actually shoot.
Do not mention any
other
Spider-Man accessories.
You can shoot, and you're actually sweet. It was still in the beta stage.
Yeah.
Beta.
For all our American listeners.
Oh yeah, beta.
That's going to cost me a whole heap of money if you say that now. Everyone, my nephews already think that you are Miles of Spider-Man fame, so they can.
The game's not out yet, Sean, so that'll let you know.
And mobile gaming, just to wrap up, where's that going to?
It is definitely the future. I mean, casual gaming is still the way they lead. casual gaming is by far the biggest because of things like they can monetize small transactions and stuff. You spend 50p pound on a game, you don't really feel it, but they feel it at the other end. Cross-platform stuff, so you'll pick up and play on your S20 after playing
on your commute,
on your games console. So 5G is going to transform mobile gaming. Absolutely, that's the future. If you are buying a new phone this year, you should upgrade to a 5G device.
Yeah.
It should be Samsung.
It's for mobile gaming. The different, for what I see, is for PC gaming and console gaming, it's all about the hardware and the software. That's what really takes everything off. With mobile gaming,
isn't that all the ware there is? Hardware and software. What other ware is there?
There's the magic in between.
No, it's the gimmicks.
Right.
Which tend to take off. For example, some of the biggest games like Pokemon Go.
Yes.
You can't do that on a console. You can't physically pick up your place. That you could have a game where you're virtually walking around a different world, but the fact that people actually get to pull their phones out and it's a gimmick, but I've still got it on my phone. It's still one of the biggest games and most popular games that's being played in the world right now.
Yeah, there's a big I've heard that it's actually called Pokemon Go.
Okay,
Pogo. So you're supposed to, and there's a big thing going on in Liverpool, like worldwide.
Yes, so
Samsung are behind it. Was you there when that?
No, it's not happened yet. In May sometime there is a safari park event in Liverpool, in one of Liverpool's parks I think it's for the weekend.
Shall we try and go?
It's like £15 a person.
Shall we try and go?
I'd go. I'd have
podcast from there.
Oh wow, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
that'd be so cool.
Mobile gaming.
If we can figure out how to do a poll, we could maybe poll people on whether they're thinking about buying the PS5 or the Xbox One X. If not, can't figure it out technically, then we can always slap it in the comments. Yeah, I just want to get a vibe for it because I want to see how many people are prepared to play Xbox with me in 2020 2021.
Let's let us know.
Happens. Just before we go, that's what happened. I grew up on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Started working at Carphone Warehouse. All my work people had Xboxes. I had an Xbox 360, and then something happened where PlayStation had a deal where you got the new FIFA game and the PlayStation for like £200. Mm-hmm. At the same time, I just discovered an Argos card. All of my friends discovered an Argos card, and to us it seemed like free money. So for some strange reason, everyone was like, well, we can get... No one thought, let's buy FIFA for £50 on our Xboxes. We was like, oh, we can get a PlayStation.
Yeah.
You want the shiny new hardware. Yeah.
We sold our Xbox 360s. We got the PlayStation, because I think it was the PS4 Slim, the new ones, and they were quiet.
Okay.
So we all got one of them. Mm-hmm. And
it was a nice device, but it weren't free.
No.
But I know what is free. Our prize giveaway of the week.
Oh,
segue.
That's what I'm here for. So last week we gave away a S20 Ultra to James.
We did.
What a lucky man he is. And this week, thanks for all your comments, likes, subscribes, and shares, Miles.
Yes.
And we cut to the camera with Miles on right now, and he's going to point to exactly the place where we're announcing this week's winner. Thank you for all your entries. One more S20 Ultra to give away.
That'll be our next video. So same again, make sure you like and comment on your favourite S20 feature. Don't forget to share and subscribe to the video. But for now, I have been Miles.
I'm Sean.
And that's been the 3 Star Podcast.